Live. Hopefully everybody can hear us okay. My mic levels appear to be good, but then I want to say they appeared to be good that night. We know when we did the video where there was no audio, but I don't know. All right.
I will
So
try.
as we prepare tonight's session, it is our new player Marbaka's turn to give the recap. New to our game, not new to our hearts, ladies and gentlemen. Marbaka, aka Professor A ATK ATM. What is his name?
AKL.
AKL uh,
Wildigle.
Wiggle Widget.
Will Diggles.
Will
It
Diggles.
doesn't matter. You can call him whatever. He'll answer to.
Dick Wiggles. That's his name. Put some respect on it.
Did you say Dick Wiggles?
Dick Wiggles.
Yeah.
It's really hard to think of
Whoa!
anything
Hey,
else
it's a
other than
fame
that.
extreme.
I will get it done, but
We
I
can't.
think his name hits like that one area where we have a British guy silly name. That actor who played Doctor Strange. That's the same area where his name lives.
Benedict Cumberbatch. Yeah.
Yep.
Ben. I was about to say something that was not very family friendly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna mute myself and I'm going to listen to the Twitch just so we can hear the audio.
All right, Marbaka. Let's see. Show us what you got for the recap. We expect quality. Show us your
I
quality.
was
sir.
told there would be one chance at this. So.
Yeah, I have pretty stringent. What's the best way to say this? Or pretty strict guidelines on what.
High expectations.
Yes.
I'm not sure
yes.
that telling me I have one chance at it, it's going to have the effect that you guys are wanting, but okay.
One chance, one opportunity. Would you capture it?
Don't
You're
worry.
telling
Just do
me
your best
how
despite
easy
the
it
enormous
is.
pressure.
Telling me how easy it is to get out of doing this stuff for the rest of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so last time the party had just defeated a bunch of trolls, and they were looking for the lair, I guess you would call it.
Specifically,
of the,
they
Desert
were point of order. They were desert trolls,
Giants. Well, I wasn't here for that, so
or technically, I think they were sand trolls, is what they're called.
sand trolls. Okay,
Sand trolls, yeah.
is that just trolls with sand in their ass?
No, it's a different type of troll. Different kind of breed, really.
But anyway, the party was looking for the Desert Giants. They had a general direction that they got from means that they were following the clues to the Desert Giants. That was before my time.
Mm-hmm.
Looking to find the Desert Giants, they had learned that their children had been kidnapped, that they were led by a Chief Karambe. They found the Desert Giants at a sort of natural cave structure and decided on a direct approach, Morgan doing the talking. They found the giant guards skeptical. They learned from the giant guards that they are immune to fire and they don't eat Johann's types.
All right.
They then decided, after negotiating their way in, they decided to surrender their weapons, which all now smell like wyvern ass.
Yes.
It's true.
They were escorted into the throne chamber, where they found Karambe on his throne, surrounded by his womenfolk.
By his women's.
By his women's, who had little eyes for, I forget Lockwood's character's name.
Brynjar.
Brynjar, yeah. And he had with him a advisor, a little gnome, named Professor Wildiggles.
Yes.
And nothing else. So they start discussing the situation with the Desert Giants. They learn that the Desert Giants are not enemies with the Dune Lords. They're basically victims of the Dune Lords. The chief tells them about an oasis, or kind of mythical oasis, I got the hint, or got the impression, called El Biriktha, or El Biriktha, or
El Berektha. El
That's
Berektha.
what I said.
Point of order. El Berektha is the place where the children are being kept by the Naga and perhaps others working for the Naga.
The
But
Naga.
yes, but this group before you came along fought a Naga Lich, who was one of the Doom
I don't know
Lords.
what a Naga is.
A Naga is a serpent-based kind of bad guy in D&D.
Oh, okay, okay. I think I do recognize that now.
Kind of on the
And they
other
were
end of the spectrum from the Yon team.
they were also told that at the Elberic Thaw there is like a portal of some sort
Yeah.
to other dimensions.
Well, that is so. Hang on. Excuse me. Special
Bless you.
guest, if you're watching, check your messages. All right.
Special guest.
Yeah. Our mom watches, or my mom, not our mom. My mom
Yeah,
watches.
she adopted all of us when we started playing.
She watches. She watches Twitch. She gets real impatient sometimes. So El Berektha. So there's an oasis that has a pool that was south that was explained to you guys, and the oasis has a portal that you have to find somehow, and then that takes you to El Berektha.
Okay. Oh, so Elberektha is not the oasis; it's on whatever's the other side of the portal.
Correct.
Ah, okay. I got that wrong then. Don't hurt me.
You're
So
doing
upon
fine
learning
so
this,
far.
the party volunteered. Well, not volunteered. Party attempted to convince the chief to essentially let them go fight against the Dune Lords, save the children, kind of thing. And they convinced him of this by basically peacocking with relics and treasures. The biggest, most important one being the head of a Dune Lord, if I understand correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah. They then learned that the Dune Lords are likely scrying and likely know that the party has come to the Desert Giant's lair or home. And so there is a plan hatched to pretend like they are prisoners, to stage an escape in the morning, and thus attempt to avoid the scrying. We learned that the children were kidnapped 3 months ago using magic from a Vorsimian artifact, which essentially did like a mass hold person on the giants. And in the night, while the party prepared for their staged escape, the giants filled the bags with lamb's meat, goat, wyvern's milk, and cheese. And Professor Wildergles had one more torturous night in the bosom of one of the chief's women.
Torturous.
It was horrible. Could barely breathe. Death one roll away. Anyway, the next morning, the party escapes. There was a bunch of talking about relics and stuff and things, and I've reached the end of my notes here. Yeah, I don't think we like went far enough to stay the night or anything. I think we just left basically.
You at the end of last session, you guys had just made it to the oasis the next morning,
Oh, okay.
or I guess
Whatever.
now it'd be the next afternoon.
Okay. Well, that's as far as I've got.
All right, Marbaki,
Let's see what happened.
you did a good job.
I was afraid you'd say.
Bravo.
You did a good job. You've proven yourself competent, which is like the worst thing you can do in our group. Which means you will be called to. You are now in the rotation for recaps. All right. Does anybody have anything they want to add?
I think we're good.
All right. Let me go and before we get started here, I'm going to run and check on the kitty real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay. All right. I think. Well, the only thing is that we're deciding to press on towards the oasis, right?
I assumed that that's what we were doing.
I think that's what we were doing too. I know there was discussion about whether or not we had to go all the way back to
Zambar,
Oh,
yeah. Well, we still have to get our owlbear back. We have to get Bert at some point.
Yeah, somebody suggested that, but I think it got shut down.
Well,
Figured
because
we at least
I mean,
put it
well,
out there.
yeah, I think it's because the fact because it partly because it's you can use it because the fact is with now that that Bert is now Bringer's basically animal companion that you could use those in fights now. You can use them in fights now. So,
Right. Our Battlemaster warrior is also a ranger.
yes,
He just doesn't have his animal companion with him.
Yeah.
And I think he just needed and also
Athelstan was a battle master. Rest in peace.
I remember watching the stream with Athelstan, by the way, Marbaka, when you guys were just doing campaign 3.
I loved his ranged battle master stuff, but
yeah.
freaking Brew here kept having the enemy come back there and kill me.
Oh yeah. I mean, your
Well,
guy,
you
yeah,
know.
because yeah.
If you're doing
Oh, hey,
range
hey,
and that's what you do, you've got to get somebody in the backfield to go after the quarterback.
As I recall, when Athelstan fell, it was like a one hit.
Yeah,
Like,
well,
the first round,
Athelstan,
I was like, "What the fuck?"
you fell. I mean, Athelstan didn't go out like a chump. Athelstan actually wound up, getting taken out by like a Fey Lord.
Oh yeah,
You know,
it was
so-
a mini boss, but
Yeah. I mean, it was a good death. It was worthy of a Klingon's honor, I would think.
well,
They-
was
it was
it?
a good
Because
movie.
as I recall, they let my body just like float away in the water.
I thought they set you on fire.
Nah, as I recall, they left me in like a pool that got pulled me under.
Well, I mean, at least they didn't let the rats get you. They let the sea worms get you instead. Okay. So,
We were hunting for coconuts, I believe.
does anybody want to add anything to what Marbaka said during the recap, or are we ready to go?
We are ready to go.
Ready to go.
All right. So, we'll go immediately to our... Oh, shit. I ran past it. That's the problem when you have 84 billion maps. So you guys are up here.
Mm-hmm.
Who wants to control Brynjar since Lockwood is gone?
I can do that.
All right.
Or less. Yeah.
All right. Very good. So you guys have come south from the Desert Giants' lair, from their halls, as it was described to you, and you see now what does appear to be an oasis, a pool of water. Now, you've seen other oases before that are a little more blue, a little more clear. This is a little more brackish.
Probably don't want to drink from that.
Yeah, this oasis has a 1-star Yelp review.
Question for the DM.
Yes.
Considering what happened to Johan when he actually drank an Oozasis, is there anything going on when he sees this one that, considering how I think he failed the save on that one the last time when that.
I think you did fail the saving throw, and I think you threw up.
Oh, okay. All right.
Give me a nature check. I think that's fair.
Okay.
We'll give you a nature check.
Nature check. Okay, not exactly one of my greatest skills. I don't think I even have proficiency in nature, but
Did you remember
shall
this
see.
experience? No.
Let's see. We're gonna go ahead. Let's see what happens. Yeah, that's a 15.
So with a 15, you don't see anything that would make you think that this is similar to the Oozasis.
Okay.
But then when you saw the Oozasis, nothing was really out of the ordinary with it. I think it ate one of your camels.
It did.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Marbaka, a few months back, they came to a oasis, what they thought was an oasis, and it turned out to be a giant ooze.
I think I saw something about that somewhere. Oh, the review. The
And Johann being Johann, he drank from it, not realizing what it was.
Yeah,
So-
Johann drank some of the ooze and had a violent reaction to it. Considering where Johann is from, that's the least of his crimes that could have been committed on this thing. So, yeah, you see before you a pool. Everyone make perception checks for me,
Okay.
and anyone who ooh, we got some good rolls. All right, so Will Diggles, or I'm sorry, Professor Will Diggles. Let me put some respect on that. And
Yes.
That's right. The man has tenure.
and Morgan, Will Diggles and Morgan. You see that there appears to be written on this rock face down from you what appears to be some kind of arcane lettering.
Ooh. Oh, we have some inscriptions.
Yeah, something's written on that rock over there.
As
It's
always.
just like his little feet.
Be mindful.
So
Oh,
as
he
you
is 100% not mindful. He's like shoving his face into trying to read it.
come up to it, Professor Will Diggles, you do see that it appears to be some kind of arcane magic burnt into this rock.
Does it look recent?
It does not look recent, but then again, it's hard to tell.
Oh,
You can't tell really because it's like letters that are just kind of glowing with a greenish eldritch force. But interestingly enough, Professor, it is written in a script you recognize. It is celestial.
oh, celestial. Wasn't
And
expecting that.
and it says, enter and proceed to El Berekva.
Yeah. Ah, it says we can enter. We have permission.
Nice of them.
So
Put our for us to wipe our feet too.
Brynjar, Will Diggles, and Johann, all three of you, give me perception checks.
Again. Okay.
Yeah, Morgan, Taj, Turret, and Pyre, not so much.
All right.
Ooh, fascinated. Absolutely fascinated by this inscription.
Okay.
I see nothing but it.
16.
And roll for Brynjar.
Oh, right. Okay. Let me get that. Get him. All right. Let's see. Get
Our number
him.
one super fan wants to play Brynjar.
Ah. Well.
Our
how-
number one
how
super
about
fan
this?
still hasn't gotten a headset.
Ah, there we go. Okay, so he's got 23.
Okay, so Brynjar and Johann,
Mm-hmm.
while Will Diggles is studying this thing, you guys notice that the water in this brackish, greenish, foul-looking water is starting to
Mhm.
churn.
Okay.
Like maybe there's
Something in it.
there may be something in it. You don't know.
Fascinating use of the verb right there in the third sentence.
So Johann immediately upon seeing that, he's kind of like, okay, he knows it's something. He knows it's possibly a fight's gonna happen. So at this point, he summons his sword as basically as part of his as his pack weapon. It kind of forms over his forearm, and he gets his shield at the ready because he realized, and he basically mutters, he says, "Everyone be on your guard. There's something," and he gestures towards the pool, and that's what. So he'll just take a step forward, right here. As for what Brynjar does, I'm going to leave that up to the super fan actually to decide what they would like the Brenner to do.
So Morgan, Pyre, and Taj, and Turret, you guys see Johan step closer to this pool. Both Brynjar and Johan are looking at the pool now, while Will Diggles is looking at the celestial inscription here written in magic on the side of the minor cliff face.
All right.
Sin-
Is there anything you'd like to do?
I'm gonna try and
Hey, someone
against the rock
come
here and hide.
ready?
You're stepping behind the rock to hide. Hide from whom?
the direction they're facing. If there's an enemy over where these guys are, Morgan's gonna try and at least counter ambush.
All right, give me a stealth check. Okay. Give me just a moment. Okay. That's what Morgan's going to do. Pyre, what were you saying? Pyre?
Give me I'm looking to make sure I cast the right spell.
Oh, okay.
Fireball.
Aura of faith.
Aura of life.
Aura of life.
Faith, life, whatever.
Yeah.
All right. So,
Sorry, there's a faith spell then a life spell right next to each other.
that's fine. So, for a 30-foot radius, which is pretty much everybody at this point, the aura moves with you. Everyone has resistance to necrotic damage, and their hit point maximum cannot be reduced.
Useful.
In addition, a non-hostile living creature, that's all of you except for Turret, regains 1 hit point when it starts its turn in the aura with 0 hit points. Totally
nice.
not overpowered at all.
Just a smidge.
All right.
What? You were hoping for a beacon?
I was, beacon of hope.
It's fine.
So,
You got a bunch of spells. You got like 4 threes, 4 fours.
Taj, are you doing anything?
I'm just gonna have Tart give some temp HP out. Tart will kind of open his mouth a little bit. How's it going, Bryn?
Well.
Holy
Hey,
shit,
watch
Who
wood.
decided to show up?
It's Brynjar. What do you know?
It is my for being late.
No worries.
It's okay.
Good. Tart's going to kind of like generate a little bit of like electrical light, and it'll kind of buzz and kind of like shock Pyre, Taj, Johan, and Brynjar, and give a whole bunch of temporary hit points. Let's see how many. Sorry, ignore the 8, just 6.
All right.
Okay.
So, what's he get? Who all gets that? Oh, excuse me.
Within 10 feet. So Pyre, Taj, Johan, Bryn.
Pyre, Taj, Johan, and Bryn all get 6 temporary hit points.
Yep, and that's it. That's it for now.
All right, so Brynjar, what's happening right now is you guys have come to the oasis. There is some arcane magic writing on the side of this cliff that Professor Will Diggles saw and understood and read. It was in celestial script. And Johan has gotten closer to the pool, which is greenish, foul-looking, brackish. But there is definitely some sort of movement underneath the surface of the water.
Oh, okay.
Is there anything you would like to do, Brynjar?
No, let's fight it.
All
You
right.
hit the water.
You woke up and chose violence.
That's
So,
right.
Violence.
Pick
As-
something different.
as you guys are standing there, as Professor Will Diggles is intent on studying this fascinating magical phrase
Celestial.
that he's seen written into the side of this rock, Johan and Brynjar, you see coming out of this pool a massive seven-headed hydra.
Oh!
It's the Lernian Hydra, and he's lost.
Okay.
And it definitely looks like it wants to eat you. I need everyone to roll for initiative.
Yay. Okay. Okay.
And I'm going to use the new Hydra rules from
use them.
or the new Hydra stats from the new Monster Manual, which I have not bought and imported on here yet. But that means he gets a +4 on his initiative.
Hey, good for him.
So
for him.
15.2. So we will add a +4 to that and make that a 19. Oh, 19.2. What was that? Everybody okay over there? Stay frosty.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
I'm just rolling so well today.
Good. We want you at the back because we're gonna get hit, and then you're gonna heal us.
All right. So as this thing steps out of the pool, Morgan, you're the first one to react to it. It hasn't seen you. You were all the way at the back. What would you like to do?
Man, all those heads, all those eyes, it doesn't seem working. That's that thing's mistake. I'm going to... Well, let's not waste any time. I'm going to bonus action activate my Ghost Walk. Never a bad time to be a ghost. And since it can't see me, I would assume I have advantage if I attack it.
You would have advantage on this first attack.
Yep, hey, I only get the one. It's the rogue's life. I would like to try and do so. I'll
It's a
step
hard
out.
knock life.
Yeah, but Morgan makes it hard for himself.
Sneak attack they never see. Sneak attack, what's that? Tee-hee.
Right
All
over Professor Will Diggle's head. Fire off and hopefully hit this thing with a 26.
So, Professor Wildiggle, have you seen the D&D cartoon from back in the day?
Probably not.
So, Hank the Ranger, who was sort of the leader of that group, he had a bow that instead of arrows, it shot bolts of force. That is similar to what Morgan has right now, though I think it's more like a short bow version of that.
It is a short bow, but this map, short bow's big enough.
So, go ahead, and that does hit. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Nice. 11 force damage, and I'd like to sneak attack
All right.
for an additional 26.
All right. So, that's 37 total. You hit it square in the middle of one of its heads, a head that was beginning to arc towards Professor Wildiggle's, and you brained it right dead center, and that head and that neck just kind of fall to the ground.
Well, we're off to a good start. All right, so that was action. Bonus action was Ghost Walk. So then I'll move 5, 10. We'll go 15, and then Morgan will go upwards with his Ghost Walk able to go into the air. We'll say just 10 feet in the air, since he can't go very fast.
All right. Very good. Does that end your turn?
Yes, sorry, I'm just trying to get the right icon, but yeah, my turn's over.
All
There
right.
we go.
So this thing now, instead of 7 attacks, we'll have 6 attacks. Our friend the Hydra. All of his heads seem angrier now. And you see, as the jaws are snapping at you furiously in your direction, they're also dripping with acid, it looks like.
You.
A thick, greenish, viscous, foul-smelling ooze just dripping from all of its maws. And the first thing it does, let me make sure here, 15, 15, 15. It's going to take 5 steps forward. It's going to make 3 attacks each from left to right at Wildiggles, then Johann, then Brynjar. With its... Go ahead.
I will definitely use my reaction to cast shield.
Okay. Okay. Well, let him.
See if it matters.
Yeah, let him see if he hits first.
Oh wow! I thought I had to do it before.
No, it's a reaction, so it's a trigger based on what happens to you.
Ah, okay.
So he'll try to
Well, wait.
bite you. Okay.
Go ahead.
So what that does is when you when you do shield, it'll increase your armor class by 5, so you'll get up to a 16. So, like, let's say he rolls a 12 against you. A 12 is going to hit you. You definitely want to use shield probably to stop yourself from getting hit, because then you'll have 16 armor class and he won't be able to penetrate that. Now, let's say he rolled a 17. No point in rolling shield at that point, because it's only going to raise your AC up to 16, and that 17 is going to hit it anyway. You see what I mean?
Gotcha.
All right. So he'll go ahead and make his first bite attack on Will Diggle. 27 would hit you, I think.
Let me find my AC. I've never had to deal with multiple pages. Like, what the hell?
If you click on your token, you'll notice that there's 3 bubbles above your token. On the left is 108, that is your health. In the middle is your armor class, and on the right is your movement.
Ah, perfect.
So you can, whatever damage he does to you here, you can click on that 108, click into it, and then just hit negative, whatever the number is, hit enter, and it'll do the math for you.
Yep, I'm gonna take it.
So one of this thing's massive jaws snaps down, kind of down around your neck and your shoulder, biting into you savagely. And that's not even the worst part. You feel these rows of needle-like teeth, but then you also feel the burning from the acid. My God, Will Diggles, there's acid everywhere. What has this done to your clothes? You suffer a total of 11 piercing and 4 acid damage, for a total of 15 points of damage.
You got 5 more of those.
So now it aims its ire at Johann.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought it had 3.
No, it's got 1 attack per head. It started with 7 heads, now it's down to 6. So it'll aim its next attack at Johann.
Yep.
29 hits, I think.
Yes, it does. Yep.
A little bit.
Yeah, because even if I...
Johann, you take 21 combined damage, piercing and acid.
Oh, okay. All right. Yay. Okay. So,
And remember, you cannot have more hit points than your maximum.
Yes. Oh,
Yes.
okay. I realized that. Yeah, because I was counting the because it was also
The
counting
temporary
the,
hit points.
temporary
Yeah,
hit
keep
points,
track.
yeah.
Keep track of those separately.
Well, those are gone.
All right.
So then we got to have another. And you said it was how much? Okay, 15.
It was 21,
plus
so
6.
you had 6 temporary HP. The acid takes care of those. You take another 15 points of damage.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I was trying to figure out. Okay. Yep.
All right.
there we
So next up, it is going to attack Brynjar. 30 hits you, I think.
Yeah.
I say that in jest. I know a 30 hits you. You take 22 points of damage between acid and piercing.
I think, or is it poison? Let's see. I can't remember if I have a resistance to poison, or is it?
Well, let's look at your character
It's-
sheet and try to.
It's a poison resistance.
Okay.
Disregard me. 22 damage.
All right, so yeah, 22 damage. Now, the other remaining 3 heads look around to the 3 of you in the back. One of them looks in Morgan's direction, looks down at its dead head, then looks back at Morgan, hisses angrily, and spits at Morgan.
Oh no, I'm getting hit with the Haktua.
Yeah.
He only got He only got an 18
just
because
barely
he has disadvantage.
You can't spit at a ghost. That's just silly.
It angrily misses Morgan and lets out another god-awful reptilian bellow. Let's see if I have a dragon sign anywhere. Or not a dragon sign, a dragon... yeah, here we go. No, that's the wrong one. There we go. Yeah, that's adequate. All right, and then it's going to aim 2 more attacks, one at Taj and one at Pyre. We'll do the first one at Pyre.
Oh God, Pyre, no.
30 hits. Pyre, you take 13 acid damage. I need a DC 10 Wisdom or Constitution saving throw. There you go, 21. All right, so you are still concentrating on your spell, but you did take damage. And next at Taj, who has, I don't know, 34 AC, something stupid like that.
25.
Something crazy.
Yeah,
All right.
we do have to check if a 30 will hit him.
It's not even a real number.
Look.
Uh,
Option.
30 would hit you, I think.
30 does. Barely.
16 points of acid damage.
Ouch, not terrible. Oh,
All
wait,
right.
well, I'm just going to, I'll take it from my temp HP first.
All right, and that would be the end of its turn. It's going to retreat back 5 feet. As it does, you see the head that was dead, Professor Will Diggles, that was laying on the ground with a eldritch arrow kind of fizzling out of it. That head splits in two and turns into 2 additional heads. The Hydra that once had 7 heads, then 6, now has 8.
Oh. Yep.
He can probably only do that once.
Oh yeah, we could totally count on that.
Yep. That's his
All right.
one-time only regenerate.
So, next up is Taj.
Okay. Well, it's definitely is dangerous. We gotta start figuring out to see if we can cut that regeneration like a troll or something. I'll do my bread and butter. I got this wand of fireball. I'm going to use it. So, right center mass on the
This
on the
little
Hydra.
wand of mine, I'm gonna let it shine.
Boom. Oh
All
my
right.
God! 5 ones. All the twos.
I mean, I'm good with that.
It's not
I'm
ideal, but you know.
25 fire damage for DC 18 deck save.
25 fire damage.
Yes.
And as you let off the fireball with one of the ones, another one of the heads on this side catches fire from the intensity of the blast, and it falls down dead and charred here outside of the pool.
Tart will roll closer to.
Or you know what? Hang on. I didn't even give him his deck save. Give me a
Yeah,
second.
let
He
him do
just
his
took
deck
he
save.
just took that one on the chin.
Yeah, he's
We,
still
we
there
knew
we
he
go.
was gonna fail, but you know.
he's still screwed.
I cannot get Morgan. I will get
That's
Brynjar
alright.
instead. So I will do a protector. Turret will rev up and give everyone a shield, an overshield for 9 temp HP. As I'll say, we need to stop its healing. Is it meta to not ask him a question? Nah, it's fine. Who I'm talking about knows what they need to do. End turn.
All right. Next up is Brynjar.
Does the temp HP that he just gave me, does it stack with the 6 prior?
It
Or
does
is
not.
just 9 now?
It
Okay.
does
It
not.
replaces it.
Temporary HP does not ever stack. You either take it or you don't. So if you had 6 and then suddenly somebody else heals you again and you have an additional 6, they just replace the 6 that you just had.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It would be
Brynjar's gonna do
broken
Brynjar
otherwise.
things.
Yes.
All right. Let's go ahead.
Brynjar.
and-
Brynjar, proven
Oh.
battle master fighter that you are, give me an intelligence check.
Oh, this should just yeah. Okay.
Just a
Oh,
Not
That's not
bad.
too. That's not too terrible.
Well, that's an intelligence save, but an intelligence check would have done the same thing. Would have given you a +1. So yeah, we'll keep the. You rolled a 16. You rolled really well. So the way this thing is, and the way its heads are kind of whipping around and looking all around it, you would think that flanking this thing isn't going to make a bit of difference.
Yeah. Checking it. Okay. So I did roll a 15 for my first attack.
So a 15 hits up against this thing's thick plated hide and kind of bounces off of it impotently.
Well, then I will use a superiority die to see if it use precision attack.
Well, the one, it still bounces off impotently. In fact, it's even a little more embarrassing.
Tragic. Okay.
You look over
Next
at Professor Will Diggles and you're like, I swear this never happens to me. 27,
Okay,
however, hits.
Wait a minute. I think isn't there something that makes 19 also a critical when I roll it? Hold on.
Not for, I think, that type of fighter. I think you have to be a champion fighter.
Champion fighter, you have to do that.
Oh, okay.
Cool
Okay.
ability, but honestly not as good
So-
as what Battle Master gets.
It takes 20 points of damage.
Did I roll it? I'm looking at the roll there. Did I roll a 2?
You
a
rolled,
2 twice.
yeah, you rolled, why did it roll twice?
I think because he
Oh.
has the great weapon fighting baked in. So if you have a roll of 1 or 2, you can re-roll it.
Yeah, so it
And-
automatically re-rolled your 2 for you, and you rolled a 2
Okay.
again. You rolled 2 times.
Oh. Okay, fair enough.
So see, if you hover your mouse pointer above that number, you see
It
how
gets you, like-
the first 2 is grayed out?
Okay.
That's the one that got re-rolled.
Okay.
So you did a total of 20 points of damage, and the thing looks at you angrily. "21 hits it again for 26 points of slashing damage.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm just gonna.
All right, an additional 39. Good God, Brynjar.
He does the one thing really, really well.
He does, yeah.
And I healed myself. So there we go. And I'm just gonna go ahead and get rid of the action surge, and we're gonna keep going.
Oh, good grief. All right. Yeah, you won't need that again. All right, so 26 hits it for another 25 points of damage. So after the last attack, Brynjar, you actually managed to chop one of this thing's other heads off, and it just falls to the ground, and the neck that it was attached to just, boom, falls down to the earth.
Okay.
The second attack takes out another head. So this thing is back down to like what, 5 heads now. I'm gonna have to put
Well-
I'm gonna have to put a head counter on this thing. It's gonna get too confusing otherwise.
All right.
All right, so you have taken 3 of its head, or 2 of its heads off. Is there anything else you want to do?
I wasn't done attacking yet.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I forgot. You've got 2 more attacks. Dear God. All right, so 24 does hit for 28, and another 28 points of damage. That is enough to cleave off yet another one of its heads. It is down now
One
to
fury tattoo on that one as well.
4.
It's funny that the Hydra with 6 heads and Brynjar with 1 halberd have the same number of attacks.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well,
then the last attack.
Brynjar can only do this once.
If the Hydra dies, I can only do it once as well.
Well, that's true.
And I don't think 16 is enough to break its armor. so
16
we're-
does not hit it. 16 just bounces off of it once again impotently.
How about an 18 then?
with an additional 2, you finally manage to penetrate up underneath its thick, rocky hide and do 26 points of damage and lop off yet another head off of the Hydra.
And then the Blood Fury tattoo for another 8.
All right. Very good. Does that end your turn?
I guess.
Thank Christ. All right. Professor Will Diggles. This thing's 3 remaining heads look at you menacingly. What would you like to do?
What? Ghastly behavior. So he is gonna use his bonus action to Misty Step the hell out of there. Up to here. Wow, I can't move my token for whatever reason.
Hang on.
Oh, it's because I have the line thing selected.
Yeah, that would. Yeah.
So,
That's what we used to call an IT an ID 10T error.
I'm sure that means something.
Yeah, think it out in your head. Spell it out. ID 10T.
Oh, I don't spell.
It spells out idiot.
We called that a picnic.
What a reaction to that! I don't spell.
I don't words and numbers. All right.
We called,
Ironically,
So-
because he's a wizard, he doesn't spell.
we called that a picnic. Problem in chair, not in computer.
All
So I
right.
had a different spell that I was gonna cast, but
Well, here's the
I
thing.
don't
You
have
have
that.
you have cast Misty Step. Misty Step is your spell that you can cast this round.
Oh, that's right. Well, fuck.
You can
Yeah.
cast the cantrip.
You can cast a cantrip that would require
Oh,
one action.
That's what I was looking at anyway.
Yeah.
Oops. So I'm going to use Ice Knife. That's what I have ready.
Ooh, okay.
Not a cantrip, I don't think, is it?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, nope. You're right. That's not what I meant. I meant my Mind Sliver.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Wait. Let me make sure that has the. Yeah, it does 60 feet. All right, here we go. It didn't do anything.
Did you click it from your attacks and spellcasting on the front page?
Ah, no, I clicked it on my spells.
Yeah, don't do it on there.
What did I say? Mind Sliver?
Yeah.
You did.
Sorry, guys. I'm learning.
DC
No
19.
worries.
No, you're doing fine. DC 19 intelligence saving throw. It actually has a -4 on its intelligence saving throw.
Not known for its staggering feats of intelligence.
It takes the full 13 points of psychic damage. All right, Professor Wildiggles. Is there anything else that you would like to do?
I believe that is my turn.
All right. Next up then is Pyre.
Woo! I'm gonna use my lightning javelin, but I'm actually gonna use the lightning function.
Okay.
And the direction I'm going to, just so you know, I don't hit anyone other than that boy, is this way. And so
So you throw, you hit, and then you say shock.
wonderful I can do. Let me just see.
So you don't use the feature until it actually hits.
Yes, so I'm going to papa. And then, because that hits,
So, the 26 does in fact hit. So it only does 8 points of damage, is that correct?
as I yell shock, it does an extra 46.
All right, roll your 46. All right, 14 plus 8 minus 22. Very close.
Do anything else? favorite.
I didn't hear any of that.
I'm gonna do my other favorite thing in the world: spiritual weapon.
All right. I will let you drag it out onto the map. All right, make your attack. 22 hits it for 7 points of force damage. Now, the important part of that is 14 plus 8 is 22 plus 7 would be 29 points of damage total that it took this turn. Tell us how your spiritual weapon takes out its third head.
As the lightning, the javelin hits, and then it just sparks everywhere, and then you see the little my spiritual weapon shows up, and it just boop, it just hits it, and it falls off.
It hits it and it falls off. So the spiritual weapon comes up, smacks this thing in the head, and the head just falls off.
I imagine it's like when
Magic,
you swat a
but-
fly and it just falls dead.
But it's funny. It's funny, and I love it.
All right, so this thing has 2 heads left, Johann of Quo. Pirate, is that in your turn?
Yes.
All right, Johann, you are up.
Okay, so Johann, he is going to use his Hexblade's Curse on this thing.
All right.
So let me go ahead, and then he's going to go ahead and no, it's no pun. He's going to go ahead, no pun intended. And I don't know if he's is the spiritual weapon like wait if he stands right here, or is he kind of in the way of it, or is it like next to him?
Hang on, you told a bad pun?
Yes, I did.
So your every attack you have is going to be at -5 tonight.
Okay,
No,
all right.
I'm joking.
Okay.
That's not a thing.
Okay.
I'm only kidding.
I know you are. Okay.
You, however,
right.
will have to remember that this thing is cursed.
Yes, I do.
I
Yes,
guarantee
do.
you I will not remember it. I'm sorry.
All right. So first attack. So for this first attack, he will go ahead and, slash at it, which
20
is a 25.
25 hits.
Okay. All right. That's a 9 points of damage on that first one. And then for the second attack, that's a 27.
That also hits.
And then he'll hit it with that with another 13 points of damage on that one as well.
All right. Does that end your turn?
It does.
All right, we're at the start now of round 2. Morgan, you are up. This thing had used to have many heads, and now it has just the 2.
Well, I've got the one strategy, and it's worked out pretty well so far. I'm going to use my bonus action to aim. I'm going to shoot it with my bow. Yeehaw.
23 hits.
That's 9 force damage, but with a sneaky attack, it becomes 38.
And with 38, one of those other Hydra heads falls down dead. This thing is down to just the 1 head.
We actually, as a party, have more heads than this thing now.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that's my movement and bonus action, so I will lay 1 face down card, and end my turn.
I don't like how he said. Mm-hmm.
Next up,
Don't worry. Like I said, the one-time only regeneration, he already used it.
Uh-huh.
next up is our friend, who is going to make a bite attack at Brynjar. "27 hits, I think, Brynjar?
Yes, it is.
It does 19 points of damage to you. And that will end its turn. And as its turn ends, Brynjar and Johann, you see the head that Morgan just put an arrow through. Once again, splits. The dead head splits into 2. The neck splits down the line, and it becomes 2 more heads. 2 more head stalks.
So it's got 3 heads now.
It now has 3 heads.
All right.
And fuck you guys. No, I'm kidding.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Taj, you are up.
Okay. Well, I got this stuff. I got this wand of fireballs. I'm not afraid to use it. I'm going to do a fireball, targeting like over here. So it'll not hit my teammates, but it will hit this guy. So boomstick and fireball. 26. Man, the arcane firearm is kind of carrying here. And I have reroll 2s. I have reroll 1s on this. This is
So
crazy.
it takes 19 or 26.
It takes 26.
All right. And with 26, one of those newly formed heads withers away under the intense fire. It is back
Alright.
down now to just the 2 heads.
Tart is going to do a protector on everyone except Pyre and Morgan. So if you didn't have hit point, temp HP, you now have 6.
Not me, right?
No, you're too far out.
Sorry, I didn't even see. You were off my monitor. My bad.
Yeah, if you're within 10 feet of turret, you get 6 temporary hit points.
Yep, that's it.
All right, next up is Brynjar. This ought to be it. It's probably the end of the fight right here.
Better be now.
No pressure.
Unless I miss everything. There's one.
All right, so that first attack, a 20, does hit, doing 26 points of damage. That is enough, Brynjar. That is enough. It has 2 heads left, but that is enough to kill it outright.
Wunderbar.
Tell us how you strike the Hydra dead. It only had 24 hit points left.
I don't know, just in like a
What do you mean?
stellar.
Hold on, stop. What do you mean? I don't know.
I couldn't tell.
This is your chance to shine, dude.
Just in like a stunning display of athletics, and all the heads snapping at him, and one by one he just kind of chops his way through the heads, and even though they are like splitting and coming back, he's just swinging that halberd, and it is blood and gore and viscera, and it's just he chops the final head off. He takes a deep breath and kind of kicks it, make sure it's not gonna come back, and he's just covered in Hydra guts.
Johan, as Brynjar strikes the final head off of this thing's body, quite a bit of fatty neck tissue sprays across your armor.
Okay, that's okay. He's just more disappointed that another renewable meat source has just been slain. But that's
Well, also it's reptile fat, and that's pretty gamey.
it is. Yeah, it's true. Okay.
He's probably gonna. I mean, let's be real. Johan's probably gonna try and eat it anyways.
Well, in any case, since it did die, so apparently, because for my headspace curse, I get let's see, my warlock has 6 plus my charisma modifier, I get 9 hit points back.
Nice.
There you
So
go.
there's that.
All
Fun
right.
fact: did you know in Greek myth the Hydra's blood extremely poisonous?
Yes.
So, being covered in all that blood, Brynjar would die instantly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
So,
Oh, we're not in Greek.
fun fact about this fight. I did away with its fire thing to where like it couldn't regenerate heads if it took fire damage,
Yeah.
and I made that ice instead. So when Professor Wildiggles was like, "Oh, I do ice knife," I thought, "Wait, I was the same way." Whoa, is that a cantrip? In my head, because I'm thinking, "Whoa, that's not in my cards, dude." So,
Turns out, like most monsters, it's weak to Brynjar hitting it repeatedly.
Oh yeah. A lot of times in D&D, just wearing it down and destroying its hit
Right.
point pool is an effective strategy. All right, so per our game, let me look up our creature harvesting rules here because this thing is a gargantuan or better. Actually, it is larger than gargantuan size. Let's see here.
It might be the biggest monster we fought to date.
No, you guys have fought. I think Noroko was 5.
Okay.
That's true. Yeah, he was a thick,
Johan,
chunky
could you
boy.
step over for a minute? I need my javelin.
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Here. So he steps back so he can give some fire some room.
And then I grab it and I and yank it out.
All right, so
It wasn't so tough. Then again, most things out here aren't tougher than Brynjar.
so it is a gargantuan creature. Therefore, 3 rolls in total may be rolled on it with the creature harvesting with the exotic harvesting macro. But to make a roll using that macro on this thing, you have to have, as it is a monstrosity, you have to be proficient in Arcana, Nature, or Religion.
That's 3 no's from me.
Professor, how about you take a crack at this?
Oh, it's celestial. I've already established that.
No, the monster. See what parts we can
What?
cut off of it.
I'm
People
not
take good
actually
money for that sort of
doing
thing.
any cooking.
Well, it's not just cooking. It's
I mean,
valuable.
cutting.
He'll kind of come closer, saying, if you look right there where Brynjar cut that one head off, that tissue there is said to have regenerative properties with the right alchemist. So we usually try to scoop up whatever we can so we can shove it off, so we can sell it to whoever will be buying.
We keep the backstrack for meat. The cheek meat we take off, and that's for regrowing stuff.
Yeah.
Then Tosh spits into the dirt and then just kind of points awkwardly at the head.
Regeneration, you say?
There you go.
All right, so
Not anything that we're able to take advantage of. I'm sure an alchemist with a couple of weeks could craft up something nice, but here in the desert, it's probably a decent steak.
Taj, don't you have Arcana, Nature, or Religion?
I was just letting Wildiggles attempt if
Okay.
you'd like to.
All right, what were you saying, Johan?
Perhaps we should, Johan says perhaps we should probably move this carcass out of the pool of the oasis, so we can put it on dry land. Probably don't want, if that is all right.
Yeah, who wants to attempt to do that?
Johan is actually going to go ahead and actually help to lift this whole thing, trying to lift this whole thing out.
Brynjar will do it.
Okay.
Todd will grab one of the heads with Tart and kind of wheel it out.
All right, so Brynjar and Johan are going to make an attempt to drag this thing out of the water a little bit. Johan, you'll get to roll athletics with advantage. Now, that said, this is going to be a high roll. This is going to be a high number to hit because this thing is bigger than an ancient dragon.
Would you like Brynjar to make the roll and Johan help?
Oh no! I think it both of us actually. I think
Well,
have to do it, so.
no, that's the thing. It's up to y'all. But Brynjar, with his giant strength, probably does have a better chance of doing it with athletics.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So I will assist Brynjar then. Yeah.
Okay, Brynjar. All right, 20 or 21 or 26.
26.
26. Yeah, 26 is enough to haul it back 10 feet past where you guys were. All that's hanging down into the water now is like it's part of its flank and its tail. Now, I mean, there's good eating on the tail. Don't get me wrong.
Not on the inscription.
Okay. Should we drag it some more?
If you have the
Just
right
to give it out, completely out of the
It'd
water?
be another
Sure.
20 plus to take this thing another 10 feet.
Okay. 22.
Morgan's shouting encouragement. Put your back into it.
And I only rolled a 5. Just throwing it out.
Will Diggers is like
Yeah.
wedged between the inscription.
I have a plus 16 for athletics.
Mr. Will Diggles, don't worry. Anything's good eating for Johann of Quo.
Anything.
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 Think about
Johann's
something-
probably already scraping off reptile fat off of his armor.
Oh yeah, he's definitely trying to carve some pieces off. But unfortunately, since it's not growing again, it's like, well, I gotta take what I can. So
To be honest, this is actually quite tame.
This is the tamest it's ever been.
Yeah, you don't get much tamer than dead.
Yeah, this is pretty fair. I wouldn't be, as so long as it's properly,
Cook.
cooked, then I wouldn't mind the taste. That'd be interesting.
All right. So,
Or did.
who all is making the rolls on this thing? Professor, I'm assuming you're making one. Taj, are you making one?
I shall make one. Animal harvesting or exotic harvesting.
Yeah, exotic harvesting macro.
46.
I do not have access to the macro.
So you do. If you click under or towards the top on the sidebar, if you go up to collection,
The 3 dice.
you will see, yeah, it looks like 3 dice to the left of the gear. And
Aha.
you will see exotic harvesting. If you click on where it says in bar on the right side, it'll put it down there in the bottom left. Some helpful ones to have would be a potion of healing, exotic harvesting.
Yeah, my dog wants to go. I'll be right back.
Okay.
While we're talking about the bottom left,
Yes.
I remember that I used to be able to get rid of the giant pictures down there.
Yeah, that's in settings. So let's do this one first, and then we'll show you how to do that. So click on in bar on the exotic harvesting and probably potion of healing. You'll get those at some point. Macro. Okay.
did it.
Pyre, did you want to make a roll?
She stepped away.
I
And how do
figured
you, roll
I
to-
figured maybe she had religion.
Hydro parts?
Yeah, exotic harvesting.
That doesn't matter.
Sure, just give me a second. I'll be there in a second. I was just grabbing a hair tie.
She's about to roll.
Are you proficient in religion?
You're asking a
Uh,
cleric.
Yeah, I know. Trust me though. It's
Yes.
it's not always a given that somebody
Not
takes something.
beyond our information.
Yes.
All right, so we'll go one after the other. Taj, you get 50 gold worth of parts. Professor Wildiggles, you also get 50 gold worth of parts. Taj and Professor Wildiggle, you both also get 10 days of Hydra meat. Or 10
Oh, dear.
rations worth.
Well,
Oh.
here's the question: is it good?
Morgan can probably cook it up and make it good.
Between Morgan and Professor Wildiggles, I'm pretty sure they can. Professor Wildiggles actually has what is that spice thing?
Oh, it is Hayward's handy spice pouch.
Morgan also has one of those. We are spiced up. We are the Spice Boys.
Perfect.
Wow.
All right. With that, I think it tastes actually pretty good.
And Pyre, with a 16, you have 25 worth of gold worth of parts. You probably took some like teeth and some of that hard plate scale.
How much of the meat did I get again? I
10
mean, I knew I got 50 gold, but
So just put Hydra meat and put 10 next to it
I
for the
guess I don't
quantity.
get Hydra meat.
Do what?
With
I didn't get any Hydra meat, right?
Oh no, yeah, no. You get 10 Hydra meat as well.
Oh.
rations, perfect. Not bad. The spices really help. I feel like it's doing 90% of the work here. But it's
I remember
good.
when my grandpa used to cook up Hydra.
Mhm.
He had a rub.
You gotta have a rub. Honestly, the only criticism, Morgan, if we let it sit in the rub a lot longer, we marinate it.
Fair enough.
No, it's good. All right.
All right.
So, well, since that's done, Professor, let's take a peek at this oasis. You said there was a welcome mat or something?
Not a welcome. It's the writing on the wall that I'm trying to inspect.
Ah.
I mean, it's got a lot of Hydra blood on it.
Yeah, Professor.
That's what I was saying.
It doesn't. You don't really pick up like there's any code or anything in there. It just says, enter into El Brechtha.
I have an easy way to check.
It just says to enter.
Well, I don't know if you know if that's a rock wall.
I try to press up against the rock wall. Push
No,
my hand through it, maybe.
nothing happens. It definitely feels like a kind of a small cliff face.
I'm going to wrap my rope around the
Easy,
base of Tart.
easy family string.
It's family friendly. It's a friendship rope.
All right.
I'll,
That's somehow worse.
the family rope. Is that better?
Oh no! All right, so
No.
you're going to try to like lower turret into
No,
this thing.
I tie a rope around Tart, and I'll just keep one hand on it as I ask Johan, can you grab a hold of this?
Yes. I kind of seen what Taj is doing. He's like, oh, I see.
Alright.
Okay. And he goes and he basically holds the rope. He says, so you're sending another canary. All right.
Tart stops at the edge and looks at Johan, then looks back at Brynjar, then looks at Johan, then looks at Taj, then looks back at Brynjar, then looks at Taj.
Let's be fair. Tart has seen worse. We can come on back. I just command
All right.
the Oasis.
Johan will hold on to the rope as Tart goes in. Yeah.
Hang on.
So yeah,
Karen,
Tart.
I thought you were bravely going in, anchored to Taj, but no.
No.
That's what I was thinking as first, but no.
So
I-
how long is the rope?
It's 50 feet.
I-
I will let it get like 20 feet from me. So if it goes 25 feet beyond from where it currently is, then I'll know like there's some kind of portal in the Oasis.
So it does get, or Tart does keep moving forward. You're pretty sure it goes past 25 feet.
Okay.
Maybe to 30, 35, 40 feet before you feel it go slack.
All right. It's definitely it's more of a teleport then. I'll pull the rope back and I'll say, "All right, everybody get ready. We're going swimming."
So you're pulling the rope back?
Yeah, I'll pull the rope back with Johan. And
So
there's
you and Johan pull the rope back and you pull turret back up to the shore.
Oh, okay. You're back. Hooray. I was very worried that something happened to you.
Give me a deception check.
As you hard, roughly at it.
Yeah, that was very convincing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, your automaton just kind of looks you up and down incredulously, like it doesn't believe your bullshit.
That's fine. I'll go first this time.
Wait,
All right.
oh my God, what was your...
You ready? Everyone ready?
Hold on. I mean, are you sure you want to go first?
No. I'm
Wait,
making
no.
sure everyone else is ready.
Remember-
so I can
Johan
just-
will take a step back and then charge and then dive right into this and dive into the pond.
The
So no
Ranger
one else,
run.
everyone's all hesitant.
Okay, Johan dives in.
Yeah.
See, there
What
we
do
go,
the-
that's what
What do the rest of you do?
Taj will wade in, having Tart follow him.
Okay.
Yeah, why not? This is
Bring
mostly
your
Hydra blood
also
anyway,
just
but
kinda
we'll go.
wade in.
All right.
It'll be fun.
Okay. So
Full
Johan's
party.
Come on,
Alright.
Professor Wiggles.
Wildicus is just like watching all of this over his glasses, like, are these people serious?
What are you
Bringar
doing?
Picks him up, carries him in.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
His halberd just
Cosmo!
rises up out of the water, just
Absolutely.
grabs him and drags him in.
Alright.
It's like a
Johan
crocodile.
is swimming forward to see
Hang on,
how he
hang
does.
on. Professor
Yeah.
Wildiggles, do you wish to resist being grappled?
No.
Okay.
He's gonna protest verbally.
I didn't want to take away your player agency.
You're fine. Thank you.
All right. Yes, you're welcome. All right. So, yeah, you guys go in there. Johan, you see at the bottom of this pool,
Mm-hmm.
there is what appears to be like a glowing pale blue vortex.
Okay. Johan's just gonna like, you know what? He's a brave guy. He's just gonna swim right towards it.
So, you swim right towards it, and as you get close to it,
Mm-hmm.
there's an irresistible pull,
Yeah.
like it's pulling you in.
Mm-hmm.
It feels briefly like you're being torn apart in every direction.
Yeah. Okay.
But then you feel yourself being pulled through the vortex.
Mm-hmm.
And all of you experience this except Turret, who doesn't really have any kind of sensory
Yep.
input. Yeah.
Right.
All of you experience this. Will Diggles and Taj, you can give me Arcana checks if you would like to. Or anybody who has Arcana can make an Arcana check.
I'd love to.
Will Diggles and Taj, you are both, as this is happening, you're both very convinced now that you are no longer on the prime material plane.
We got plane shifted.
Yes, you would think that you don't know where, but you are definitely not on the plane that you were seconds ago.
Interesting.
Sort of unrelated. When he said there was something at the bottom, I thought 50-50 chance it's either a portal or a sphere of annihilation.
It should have
Because
been.
either of those would have been funny.
That would have been funny. That would have ended the campaign. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
And then we could
Star Wars.
Star Wars. All right, so we'll deal with what happens after that. What happens when you get to El Berektha next week?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because I had only planned this for tonight. Boy, when you guys started creaming this thing so easily early on, I was like, oh boy, this is gonna be a short session. All right. So we're
You once again underestimated the power that is Brynjar.
Yes.
yes,
Well.
I did. I
Yeah, honestly.
honestly I
Here's
did.
your action surge. Make it count.
Yep.
I buffed
is
this
true.
thing. I buffed this thing's HP. I more than doubled its hit points. I can't talk anymore.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we'll call it there
Really,
tonight.
it was my mind sliver that did it. Let's be honest.
Yep.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
You really you threw him for a loop with that one.
Yeah, he wasn't expecting it.
Honestly, I was very happy with my turn.
Yeah, the Javelin of Lightning finally seen some
Knock
use.
off the head.
Yep.
Boop.
You knocked off the head.
Yeah, knock that off.
Knocked it
Just-
right off.
All right. Well, we will pick back up there next week then and figure out where you guys are. Or maybe we won't figure out where you guys are. Maybe you guys will just go somewhere and then, maybe you'll just be stuck there.
It
Who
really
knows?
was a Spear of Annihilation, and next week is a second.
That's it.
Yeah. Right.
Everyone dead.
There
Yeah,
we go.
next week starts off with Captain America sitting backwards on a chair. So you're dead. So you got killed.
Yeah.
Hold on.
So
So
you
you
died.
walked into a Spear of Annihilation.
Quick
So
point
you
of order
followed-
before we.
So you followed. So you followed Johan into the pool.
Yeah.
Right, that should have been our first clue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But a quick point of order, Brynjar, you actually forgot to pick up a ranger skill. If you look in the Rick's important notes in the Discord, you basically get free access to one of those skills since you are a ranger. So just pick one for next
Yeah.
week.
Survival.
Because we really think you need to bring more to the party. You're not really pulling your weight, so.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, you
that
gotta
is-
really step it up.
There's been a couple of survivor checks or survival checks, and the party's like, wow, if we only had a ranger with us.
Right? Yeah,
Right.
Morgan had to do one. Just kidding,
Yeah,
boy. That
I'll
ain't
go
good.
with survival.
It's a good choice.
Yeah. No pressure.
You've learned a lot on this journey, yeah.
Don't feel like you have to. If you want to take something else, take something else.
Well, I was leaning towards that or animal handling, just because I'm like,
Both
what
are
if
useful.
Bert becomes an unruly teenager? But I don't think animal handling is really going to help me in my
Mm-hmm.
journey
Did
to
I just-
fatherhood over owlbear.
Did I just hear that your owlbear is called Bert?
Yes,
Yeah,
his
of
name
course
is
you-
Bert.
What else would he be called?
Nope,
I think
nope,
that is
nope, it's fine.
That's a
It makes
perfect
sense.
name.
I mean, technically, Bert's already an unruly teenager. The
Oh, yes.
the animal handling really only applies to
Like riding a horse or something, right?
like wild animals that like you're not familiar with.
Okay.
It's admittedly not the most useful skill.
It's not. It's very situational.
You can.
I already have athletics. Insight would have probably been a pretty good one.
Yeah, insight.
Um,
You know, I mean, it's always helpful to tell when someone's lying.
I don't think our party, besides Pyre, is big on that.
Nature could have been a good one.
Yeah, you could be chopping up hydras,
Yeah.
like for parts, not just like for fun.
Right.
I think she does.
So nature or survival, and I feel like both come up quite a bit. So
If you're going to be tracking anything, survival is what you would use. Just FYI.
If you're looking for
Yeah.
shelter, if you're looking for tracks, all sorts of useful stuff.
I need something to up my wisdom. That's what I need.
Boy, you and me both. I'm at 9.
I
All-
think I'm at the minimum to be a ranger.
Nice.
All right, we will pick it up there next week. Then, hope you guys had a good time tonight.
We did. Yeah, thank
Absolutely.
you again.
That was great. We
Sorry
beat
I
up the
was
Hydra.
late.
All good.
You
I
were
don't know
here
why-
for the important part where we
were
beat
here
up
for
the
important
Hydra.
stuff.
Just shut up.
And also, I'm going out
Where's
of
the beat?
town next week. I think I'll be back in time for the game, though. I should be coming back into town on Sunday. Or on Monday. I just don't know if it's going to be what time, but I should be here in time for the session.
All righty, everybody say goodbye to everyone in chat.
All right.
Oh.
Bye, everyone.
Adios,
chat.
All right. Good night.